I am back from my little break from content creation, and I got everything done. It always works out in the end, but I always hoot and holler and complain until we get to the end goal, right? So I am here. It is finally consistently in the 70s. I'm actually sitting outside right now filming this, well, recording this. The dog is sunbathing, and everything is good, so I should be back in it, back in the saddle, which goes with today's theme of the content, with the content creation, of course. And I'm also testing the Be Pure Cooling Lip Serum as I'm doing this. So I always have the Dollar Tree theme going somewhere because I have that much of their products, right? But today's topic is yet another Ioni collection, which is Pink Cowgirl. And just yesterday I found another collection. It's Dolly's Adventures or something like that, the Dolly collection. And I got all of those items, so now I have to cover that. It's just never ending. They just keep pushing out the product. And considering I started buying the Dollar Tree makeup a year ago, but I wasn't really consistently doing the Substacks, that means it all piled up, and I just have baskets full, stacked on top of each other of makeup. Like, I haven't forgotten about Be Pure or Koki or anything else. I have all of it. I have like almost everything that Be Pure has put out, but I just, it takes time to get through all of these products and to do it well and make it make sense. But we'll focus on Pink Cowgirl. My goodness, it is taking me forever to get to this, right? So here we are, and one thing that you will notice here is they named all of the products with women's names, so the Cowgirls, right? And I think that's really fun. And with all of Ioni's collections now, besides the makeup, they always come out with eyelashes as well as nail products. And in case you are new here, I love the Ioni lashes. I have so many of them, I don't allow myself to buy them anymore. I literally have a 3-tier cart full of lashes. It's hundreds of lashes. When it comes to the nail products, there's nothing wrong with them. A lot of them are geared towards doing gel nails. And I don't do gels. As you might know, I paint my nails every week. I like to have, nails that are not damaged. And then their nail polishes are also water-based, which means they peel off. And that is no bueno to me. I'd love it if they came out with a regular polish. So that is why I don't buy those things. I only ever review the makeup, but this is a much larger collection. In the Dolly Adventure collection, though, they came out with nail polish pens, which look exactly like the same packaging, same component as the Be Pure pens. So I got those. They're water-based, but I figure once you put your top coat over them, it should be okay. But anyway, back on this here. As usual, how it always goes with these collections, there's going to be some standouts. There's going to be some weird, crappy stuff, and there's going to be maybe some surprises along the way. And we're going to get right into the first product. It is the Magic Inks Liquid Eyeliner, and it comes in the shade, only one shade, Molly Black. And it's a black eyeliner, right? So this is one of those brush tip pen eyeliners. So if you like a NYX Epic Ink, or say like the original, like the Kat Von D tattoo liner, you're going to love this. And as a matter of fact, if you tried the Le Mercerie, I just hate saying the name, okay, the eyeliner they have in the black or the brown. I tried the brown in my review. This is exactly the same pen, the packaging, the component. Like, I am really starting to think that these Dollar Tree brands are making all of their stuff in the same lab, in the same factory. So, if you like any of those, this is the same thing. This dries down to be full coverage matte black, and it performs perfectly well. It is easy to use, just a spectacular $1.25 eyeliner. So far, it's the tip is holding on. It's doing great. The product itself stays put. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't really have issues with liquid eyeliners like fading and smudging and all of that, or breaking down throughout the day. This is just great, and it's just an easy win. And I actually added it to my daily makeup rotation. So I have certain products that I use every single day until I fully empty them and I replace them. And you can see that on my Instagram stories. But I just got so tired of all the eyeliners that I was trying to use up are already on their way out. They're already drying out. and it's just the curse of being a content creator. You end up with so much product that you can't physically use, and you're swatching, you're testing things, everything is sitting there drying out. I just wanted a fresh, juicy eyeliner. Can you blame me? So I added this one in, and I am using it every day till it's gone. But I think that says a lot about the product. It's perfectly good, and I think I'll use the Le Mercerie brown one after I use this one. Who the heck cares? I just bought a Be Pure mascara. They're really, mascara at Dollar Tree is not happening, but I bought the new one with the peptides or whatever the hell, and I didn't even notice that it was brown, which I don't care. Let's try something a little different. I'm not able, there's certain things that always take like a millennium to come to my Dollar Tree. I'm looking for, I think it's the Beauty Intuition, that's the brand. The 3 mascaras that look like the L'Oreal brand. The metallic tube. Why is the name not coming to me? And I have it and I like it. I'm looking for those, and the Be Pure, the round cream eyeshadows. I'm sure there's other stuff I might be thinking of right now, but I'm getting off the topic because we're talking about eyeliner. Oh, help me. I can't stay on topic today. So 5 out of 5 stars for this. Let's move on to the next products. It is the Lip Shine Glosses. And we have 2 of those. And they're basically everything you're going to look for in a lip gloss, right? You got the shine, you got the comfort, the cushiony feel on the lips. And then once it all comes off, your lips feel soft and conditioned, right? So we have Dakota Pink. And this is one of those milky pink lip glosses. It really reminded me of NYX, the Milky Gloss. I had a pink one in that, as a matter of fact. So it looks pink in the tube, but it is one of those situations where you put it on and it's going to look essentially clear on the lips, but you do have that milky clear effect. This formula, I don't know how to describe the flavor, the scent. It's like candy, but generic, but kind of bubblegum. So, take that for what you will there. And this formula also really coats the lips and smooths out the lip lines just a little bit. The other shade is Winona Peach, and this is like your peachy brown neutral shade, right? So it's a little bit thicker, right? And that's where you get that effect where it smooths out the lip lines a little bit, but it also means it's going to stick around a little bit longer. It's still going to wear off eventually. It's a gloss, but the wear time was respectable for what it is. It feels very comfortable on the lips. As I already mentioned, it leaves them feeling soft and conditioned, but you are going to get that super shiny look. So I gave them 4 out of 5 stars. I guess I would like to see a little bit more pigment, especially from that milky pink one. I think NYX did that a little bit better, but these types of formulas still pull more clear, right? We also have 2 Mousse Liquid Hybrid Blushes, and I have 100% seen this packaging before. I have one of the Profusion blushes, same exact packaging, and I've seen this from other generic brands on Amazon. So this is the packaging that's real thick and chunky, but it has a short, stubby, triangular sponge applicator. But it's nice. It actually picks up a good amount of product. The application is straightforward. Just swipe it on, and it blends out really easily. It builds well. It actually dries down completely to more of a matte finish. And neither of them remove coverage underneath. They were just so easy to work with. And they did not fade on me, but like I always say, I don't have that much trouble with blush and bronzer fading. They have to be pretty bad for that to happen. I never set products like this with powder when I'm testing them, because I always want to see how they do on their own. I don't try to extend that wear. So the shades we have Cali Pink, and that is like your nice, bright, vibrant pink. And then you have your Shiloh Brown. I have a little bit of an issue with this one. So when I'm dabbing the sponge onto the face, I get these darker brown blotches in it. It looks to me, it's like the pigments in the formula are not fully mixed together. Once you blend it out with your tool of choice, it all mixes together. It's fine. I just wanted you to know that. It doesn't affect the actual performance. They're very pretty, 5 out of 5 stars. Now we have the Wild West eyeshadow. I was really excited to see these. I love the clear packaging. It's a little bit like e.l.f. Urban Decay vibes. I have missed Ioni eyeshadow singles in their previous collections. So there was 4 here. And I'm going to give these individual star ratings because there's different things going on with all 4 of these, okay? So the main thing you need to know about these is as you're building up the pigment with a brush, there's going to be a lot of fallout, the kind that is coming down and it is like literally sitting on top of your eyelashes, which I pretty much never experienced with eyeshadows of today's day and age. But we have 2 mattes and 2 shimmers. The first matte is Millie Purple, and it is unfortunately the worst out of all of these, and I will not be keeping it. It is going to the bad bin, and I had the same experience with my finger swatches that I did with the brush. It just feels so dry and almost chalky. So when you're on the eye, you really have to repeat, go over and over again, trying to build that color up, and you get some color payoff. It's never what it should be. And I have to say, it's really a piss poor purple as well. It looks more pink, and for whatever reason I didn't put that into my review, so let me put that in here right now. Also looks more pink than purple, so it looks kind of purplish in the pan, but it's definitely more pink on the eye. I gave this 2 stars, and I feel like that was being nice, and it should have been 1 star. Versus the other matte, you have Sierra Teal. This one has a much stronger color. It's easier to build up and more true to color in the pan as well. So if you would have told me that these eyeshadows are 2 completely different collections or formulas, I would have believed you. I mean, it still leaves a tiny bit left to be desired, but I mean, come on, I'm buying a $1.25 eyeshadow single, so it's so much better than the purple. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It kind of has me thinking of the Urban Decay, the Naked Wild West palette. There's a teal in there. It's not the same. This is not Urban Decay formula. I'm not saying that, but it just kind of gives me that vibe. And then you have the shimmers. So you have Shimmer Purple and Shimmer Teal, and I gave these both 5 out of 5 stars and rated them together. So this is a nice shimmery topper type of product, so it doesn't have that much base color. So here in the photos, if you're following along in the Substack with the swatches and so on and so forth, I did these, I didn't wear them on their own. I wore them as a topper to their respective matte shades. And I also said with the Shimmer Purple that it definitely pulls more pink than it pulls purple, but they are a very pretty shimmer. You get 2 different colors in the pan that swirl together. So, yeah. Okay, moving on to the Wrangler Pout Paint. So these are liquid lipsticks. They are full coverage, but they are very lightweight on the lips. They do dry out the inner lip just a little bit, but it wasn't anything too crazy. In terms of the wear, I would say that they faded pretty consistently. I would have some wearing on the bottom lip, kind of beginning on the inner lip, going on outward. So the outer lip edges held up a little bit better, with minimal fading everywhere else. So they're a pretty nice matte liquid lip for sure. Let me put in here that it is matte. And then we have 2 colors. So that is Cheyenne Pink and Liberty Coral. In the swatches, I misspelled Cheyenne. I left the extra E out, so, please roast me. But, simple as. I gave them 5 out of 5 stars. We also have 2 lip and cheek stains, and this surprised me very well. So packaging wise, they remind me the most from my own personal collection of the e.l.f. the lip and cheek tints, right? I think maybe they're trying to go more for Benetint, but there's lots of these different products on the market right now. And what I noticed was different about these is you pull, the applicator out, and on the applicator, the product looks very thick and gel-like. But don't fear, once you put it on, you start swiping it on, you go, okay, this is a thin, water-based stain like they all are. But really surprised me, and I've tested these different, stains like this type, the liquid, the pens, all of that. These are 100% different. They are shockingly bold. They almost look like you're wearing a full coverage liquid lipstick, not a lip stain. They are so pigmented, and they don't dry down immediate like all the other ones do. They take I don't know, I want to say a minute, 2 minutes, and you can go back over them and build up the color when it's not yet fully dried down and it doesn't get streaky. That has not been my experience with any stain of any type that I've tried so far, which is crazy. Now, as the day goes on, you're eating and you're drinking, and I always test these if I just throw them on by themselves. I go eat my breakfast, I'm drinking my coffee, all the things. The color will start to wear down, and it's not so bright and bold. It starts to look more like a traditional stain, but a surprising amount of color remains. And of course, like I said, hot coffee, I've eaten sandwiches, pizza, just gone through daily life, and I'm surprised by how well it stays on bare lips. Starts to wear away a little bit in certain spots. It's not patchy, it's not disastrous. I think this is some of the best wear I've experienced the lip stain. Because usually I'm coming out saying, these are best as insurance underneath something, but don't just wear them on their own. You can just wear these on their own. But let's talk about the cheeks as well. And I blended these out with my e.l.f. lip and cheek stain blending brush, right? They blended so easily. They're easy to build. They fully dried down. They didn't disturb my foundation, the coverage underneath, and they did not fade. So when it comes to a lip and a cheek duo product, I usually hate it on the lip and like it on the cheek. But I think this does great for both purposes. I'd love to go back and use these again by layering them with lip color, but they're also very bright shades that I don't really reach for in day-to-day life. Like, I would love just the whole assortment of these. I kind of feel like in terms of the two shades, you have Annie Red and Bonnie Pink, that they should have flip-flopped the names. But the way they look on my hand swatch versus on the lips, it's kind of trippy in terms of what looks pink and what looks red. But it is what it is. I gave them 5 stars. So what do I think? What are the final thoughts? I think that overall there was more hits than misses. Thus far, I'm keeping everything except for the Millie Purple matte eyeshadow. I don't know how much I'll reach for a lot of these lippies again, because I'm just not into like the bright, bold reds and pinks all that much. I do like that more neutral liquid lipstick. So obviously the eyeliner was great. It's my daily liner. The lip shine glosses were great, just like one and done, pop them on. I like the liquid blush, of course. I think that would be fun to layer with some other products or like mix the shades together. So the Wild West eyeshadows are the most inconsistent. They're probably going to be a take it or leave it for you. If you already have shades like this in your collection and or shimmers you really like, you probably don't need these, okay? But I'm keeping them for now. I think maybe as time goes on, I'll end up getting rid of the teal, and maybe I'll just keep the shimmers. I don't know. I wouldn't say they're as shimmery or as toppery as the e.l.f. singles. They're definitely, again, they're not like an Urban Decay. They're not a Moon Dust Shadow or anything like that. They hold their own. So, in summary, I had a lot of fun working through this collection. I'm not like a Western theme kind of person by any means, but it was fun. I like the cowgirl names. The formulas were great to play with, and I think Ioni delivers here and gives us plenty to talk about. And I feel like I saw this collection a lot more on Instagram than I have the other Ioni collections, that people were like working really hard to find it, and I think they were just intrigued by seeing those lip stains, like the Benetint's, right, and the blushes and the eyeshadow singles. Seeing those types of formats in the packaging at Dollar Tree is very exciting to a lot of us beauty lovers. So that's that. I'm going to start working on Dolly's Adventure, and I am ready to go with the latest LA Colors collection, the one that has the crappy highlighter that I'm going to tell you all about next time. So, yeah, I am back with it, and I am very excited to hear from you and to see you next time.